In the quiet corner of a garden where the sunflowers grew tall, Lyra spent her afternoons with a wrench in her hand and a dream in her heart. She wasn't building a birdhouse or a wagon. She was building a way to reach the clouds and go even further. Sheets of gleaming metal and coils of copper wire lay scattered across the grass, waiting to become something extraordinary. She wasn't working alone. Zenith, a small robot made of salvaged tin and glowing blue sensors, whirred around her feet. He held the flashlight steady when the sun went down and handed Lyra the screwdrivers before she even had to ask. Together, they turned a pile of junk into a vessel capable of piercing the sky. The day finally came when the ship was ready. Lyra put on her padded suit and her heart drumming a steady beat against her ribs. She looked at the dashboard, filled with buttons that shimmered like jewels, and took a deep breath. This was the moment the Earth would stay behind. With a roar that shook the dandelions, the rocket surged upward. Zenith braced himself against the co-pilot's seat as the sky turned from pale blue to a deep bruised purple, and finally to the endless black of the cosmos. The weight of the world seemed to slip away, replaced by a silence so heavy it felt like music. Suddenly, the pull of the ground vanished entirely. Lyra laughed as her boots lifted off the floor. She drifted through the cabin like a dandelion seed in the wind. Zenith spun in slow, graceful circles, his mechanical limbs flailing in surprise, as he discovered that up and down didn't matter anymore. They drifted past a nebula that looked like a spilled bucket of neon paint. It stretched across the void in ribbons of violet, gold, and turquoise. Zenith leaned against the glass, his sensors blinking rapidly as he recorded the light of stars being born. The universe was much bigger than the backyard, and much more beautiful than the maps had promised. They found a small, lonely moon made of shimmering silver dust and decided to land. When Lyra stepped out, her boots sank into the soft ground, leaving tracks that would last for 1,000 years. There was no wind to blow them away, only the quiet hum of the stars overhead. Zenith joined her, and together they performed a low-gravity dance. They leaped over craters and glided over ridges, their movements slow and dreamlike. On this tiny silver world, they were the only two souls for millions of miles, sharing a secret that the rest of the world was too busy to notice. Lyra looked back at the distance they had traveled. From the moon, the Earth looked like a tiny, fragile marble hanging in the dark. It was a swirling drop of blue and white, home to everyone she had ever known. She realized then that as wonderful as the stars were, the little blue marble was where the stories began. The journey home was a blur of fire and stardust. Back in her room, Lyra tucked herself into bed, the smell of summer air coming through the open window. Zenith sat on the nightstand, his lights dimming as he entered sleep mode. The rocket sat silent in the yard, but Lyra knew that whenever she looked up, the stars would be waiting for her to return.